The airport security line. It's often seen as the biggest hurdle between you and your gate. A chaotic, sometimes frustrating, and always unpredictable part of air travel. But what if we told you that many of the delays, the frustrations, and even the missed flights stem from common, avoidable mistakes passengers make themselves? Welcome to Fly Global, your essential co-pilot for navigating the skies, uncovering airport procedures and secrets, and empowering you to travel with confidence and ease. Today, we're exposing the most critical TSA line mistakes that passengers must avoid at all costs. Get ready to streamline your security experience and become a true airport pro. Number 1. Not knowing the 311 liquid rule. This is perhaps the most notorious rule, yet it remains the number one cause of slowdowns. The 311 rule isn't just a suggestion. Liquids, gels, and aerosols in your carry-on must be in containers 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or smaller, fit into one quart-sized bag, and limited to one bag per passenger. Forgetting this means an immediate flag, bag search, and potential confiscation. Emily, 28, flying Southwest to a wedding, once forgot a full-size hairspray in her carry-on. The agent pulled my bag, and everyone behind me groaned, she admitted. It felt like forever while they searched. Now, my travel toiletries are packed days in advance. The TSA implemented the 311 rule globally following a 2006 plot to detonate liquid explosives. While new technology is always evolving, this rule remains a fundamental layer of security. Always place your compliant liquids bag in an easily accessible spot in your carry-on, or even better, in the bin, so it can be quickly pulled out for inspection. Number 2. Forgetting to empty water bottles or coffee cups. It seems simple, but it's a constant headache at security checkpoints. Any water bottles, coffee cups, or other beverage containers must be completely empty before you enter the TSA line. Even a tiny sip of water left in a bottle counts as a liquid and will trigger a manual bag search, holding up the line significantly. Mark, 40, a frequent business traveler, still recounts his embarrassing moment. I rushed through the airport, coffee in hand, and totally forgot to finish it before the line, he chuckled. Had to chug it right there in front of everyone. Never again. This rule applies universally to all liquids not exempted by the 311 rule or medical necessity. It's a quick, easy fix before you join the queue. Look for water bottle refill stations after security or plan to buy your beverages airside. Number 3. Leaving electronics in your bag. For most travelers, larger electronics like laptops, tablets, and sometimes even larger e-readers need to be removed from your carry-on and placed in a separate bin for X-ray screening. Failure to do so means your bag will be pulled aside for a manual inspection, causing delays for you and everyone else. Olivia, 35, once found her laptop in the bottom of her backpack. The alarm went off, and they had to empty my entire bag, she groaned. I felt terrible for holding up the line. Now, my tech goes into a dedicated, easily accessible pouch. This requirement helps TSA officers get a clear, unobstructed view of the electronics during X-ray screening, identifying any potential threats. While TSA pre-check allows you to keep some electronics in your bag for standard screening, always be prepared to pull them out. Some airports now have CT scanners that allow you to keep electronics in your bag, but always follow the specific instructions at your checkpoint. Number 4. Wearing excessive accessories, belts, jewelry, bulky coats. While looking stylish is great, the security line is not the place for unnecessary metal or layers. Heavy belts, large metal jewelry, excessive piercings, and bulky coats or jackets will almost always trigger the metal detector or body scanner. This leads to divesting multiple items, going back through, or a full pat-down, all of which consume precious time. Robert, 50, flying to a formal event, wore a heavy buckle belt. I kept setting off the alarm, even after removing my watch, he recalled. Finally, they made me take off my belt. It was incredibly frustrating and held up the whole line. The goal is to minimize anything that might obscure the scanner's view or set off alerts. Opt for slip-on shoes, remove all contents from your pockets before you reach the divesting area, and consider packing excessive jewelry or non-essential metal items in your carry-on bag for screening. Number 5. Not having your ID and boarding pass ready. This seems basic, but so many travelers fumble for their documents at the last second. As you approach the podium, have your valid ID, driver's license, passport, and boarding pass, physical or on your phone, readily available. Wasting time digging through your bag or wallet slows down the entire verification process for everyone. Jessica, 22, recounted seeing someone holding up the line for 5 minutes, trying to find their boarding pass. The officer was so patient, but the line was backing up fast, she said. It just made me realize how important it is to be organized. TSA officers need to quickly verify your identity and flight information. Having everything prepared allows for a swift transition into the screening area. Consider using a clear travel wallet or simply holding them in your hand as you approach the checkpoint. Number 6. Not pre-sorting your bags/bins. The security conveyor belt can feel like a race, but rushing often leads to disorganization. Before you even get to the X-ray machine, have a mental plan for what goes where. Liquid bags, electronics, shoes, and any metal items should be ready to be pulled out quickly and placed into separate bins. Hesitation and scrambling at the belt create major bottlenecks. David, 45, observed a family trying to sort through multiple bags right at the conveyor. They had stuff overflowing everywhere, he sighed. The bins piled up behind them, and it just made everyone frustrated. Pre-sorting is key. Think of it as choreography. Your backpack can go in one bin, your laptop in another, liquids and shoes in a third. If you're traveling with multiple people, strategize whose items go into which bin to minimize clutter and speed up the process. Number 7. Arguing with TSA officers. This is a non-negotiable. While you have rights and can ask questions, becoming confrontational or arguing with a TSA officer over a rule or a screening procedure will achieve nothing but delays, heightened scrutiny, and potentially legal issues. Officers are enforcing federal regulations, and resistance will only escalate the situation. On a busy holiday travel day, a witness saw a passenger vehemently argue about a confiscated item. The officer remained calm, but it held up the line for over 10 minutes, they recounted. Eventually, airport police were called. It's just not worth it. If you disagree with a procedure, you can calmly ask to speak with a supervisory TSA officer. However, always comply with instructions. Respectful communication is key. Remember, their primary goal is security. Number 8. Failing to declare prohibited or questionable items. This is a mistake that can derail your entire trip and lead to severe consequences. Never attempt to conceal a prohibited item or simply hope that a questionable item won't be noticed. This includes firearms, even if unloaded and you forgot to declare, sharp objects, large liquids, or seemingly harmless replicas. Failing to declare these at check-in or attempting to sneak them past security will result in immediate intervention, confiscation, and often, federal penalties or even arrest. Isabella, a former TSA officer, recalled a passenger who tried to bring a souvenir replica grenade. It's not a real threat, but our protocol requires immediate response, she explained. It shut down the entire lane, caused a huge backlog, and the passenger faced a hefty fine for causing a security disturbance, even though they claimed it was a joke. The TSA's advanced X-ray and screening technologies are highly effective at detecting concealed items. If you are unsure whether an item is allowed, always check the "What can I bring?" tool on the TSA website or app before you arrive at the airport. When in doubt, leave it at home, ship it, or declare it up front to the airline or a TSA officer. Honesty is always the best policy to ensure a smooth and legal journey. Number 9. Not checking airport-specific or time-specific advisories. While core TSA rules are universal, specific airports or peak travel times might have unique advisories or longer than usual wait times. Failing to check your airport's website or the MyTSA app for real-time wait times and special instructions can lead to unexpected rush and stress. Maria, a seasoned traveler, always checks the MyTSA app. One time, security at LAX was showing 90-minute waits, she explained. I adjusted my arrival time and found a shorter line at a different terminal. It saved me a huge headache. The MyTSA app provides estimated wait times for security checkpoints, details on what you can bring, and even direct access to Ask TSA. Being proactive about checking these resources can significantly reduce your airport stress and help you plan your arrival time more effectively. Number 10. Not consolidating your carry-on items. Too many separate bags or loose items can complicate screening. Avoid carrying multiple small bags, separate grocery bags, or loose coats that aren't integrated into your main carry-on or personal item. This often leads to items falling off the conveyor belt, getting lost, or creating confusion during inspection. John, 55, saw a passenger with several loose items: a laptop bag, a camera bag, a coat, and a souvenir. Everything was just tumbling around on the belt, he recounted. It took them forever to gather it all and put it through. Aim for a maximum of 2 items per person, 1 carry-on, 1 personal item, as per airline rules, and ensure everything is zipped or contained. This makes the divesting process smoother and reduces the chance of leaving something behind. Number 11. Ignoring the ready-to-screen queues. TSA checkpoints operate on a rhythm. When you see an empty bin available, grab it. When the conveyor belt starts moving, place your items. Hesitating, chatting on the phone, or simply being oblivious to the flow of the line are major slowdowns. Pay attention to the officer's verbal instructions and the visual cues around you. The most common frustration for frequent flyers is seeing people not paying attention. You'll see an open spot, and someone is just scrolling on their phone, completely oblivious, a pilot once lamented. Just be present and aware of the line's movement. Being attentive allows you to react quickly and keep the line moving efficiently. This often means stepping away from your phone for a few minutes. It's about being a courteous and prepared traveler, contributing to a smoother experience for everyone. The TSA line doesn't have to be a source of stress. By avoiding these common mistakes, from knowing the 311 rule and managing your electronics to preparing your documents and being aware of your surroundings, you can significantly speed up your screening and make your airport experience far more enjoyable. At Fly Global, we believe a prepared traveler is a powerful traveler. If this guide empowers you to conquer the security line, hit that like button, subscribe to Fly Global for more essential travel insights, and comment below with your own best TSA line hack. Safe travels and smooth sailing through security.